Hey, Cub fans. Thanks for joining us here on Cubs 24/7, where Randy talks Cubs. And we're going to talk Cardinals today because, as Cub fans, it's time for us to start to look around the National League Central and see who's who. So I woke up this morning. It's February 1st. We play baseball this month, so I'm giddy. And one of my thoughts was, okay, look, who's everybody got this year? Because I haven't been paying attention all winter to anybody else but the Cubs. So I thought, I'm going to go ahead and take a look at the National League Central, do a little overview, a little flyover, see what everybody's got. And I decided I'll start with the Cardinals. Why not? The Cardinals for 2024. Who are they? What do they got? What can we expect? So kick back, relax. Let's talk 24 Cardinals. Last year, so they're coming off a 71 and 91 season in 2023, finished fifth place in the Central. Manager Oliver Marmol, bench coach Daniel Descalso. So I just went ahead and looked at the 40-man roster and their depth chart and just kind of ran some numbers. So let's just kind of walk around the diamond for a little bit. Of course, at first base, they've got Paul Goldschmidt. Paul's going to be 36 years old this season. He had what I would consider a little bit of a down year for what he's capable of last year. He hit 268 with a 363 on base, 447. Good numbers, but I don't know that they're vintage prime Goldschmidt numbers. 810 OPS, 25 home runs, 80 RBIs, 125 games. So, I don't know. What do you think is going to happen with Paul this year? Is he starting to regress? Is this what we can expect? I would say we can expect that, but we just don't know. So Paul Goldschmidt, 36 years old. At second base, they've got listed Brendan Donovan, 27-year-old utility guy. But Brendan Donovan played like everywhere last season. Let me give you the list. He played 14 games at first base. He played 34 games at second base. He played 6 games at third base. He played a game at shortstop. He was in left field 21 times, right field 9 times, and he DH'd 18 times. So Brendan Donovan, they've got him listed as their number one second baseman. I imagine they're going to move him around. I don't know if they decided second base is Brendan's home or not. But last year, Brendan Donovan played all those positions. He hit 284 while doing it, 365 on base, 422 slug for a 787 OPS. Hit 11 home runs, 34 RBIs in 95 games. Some of the other players that sort of fit into that mold of utility players that move around a little bit. They've got Matt Carpenter back. I don't know if you heard that. They signed Matt. So a veteran, Matt Carpenter, now is back with the Cardinals. They've got Nolan Gorman, Tommy Edman, and Lars Nootbaar, who tend to move around quite a bit as well. So Brendan Donovan, for our purpose today, they've got him as the number one second baseman. At third base, Nolan Arenado. Nolan's 33 years old this coming season. 266 last year, 315 on base, 459 slug for a 774 OPS. He did hit 26 home runs, 93 RBIs. So I think we can probably expect more of the same out of their third baseman, Nolan Arenado. At shortstop, they've got a 22-year-old rookie listed as their number one shortstop. His name is Mason Winn. Mason is spelled M-A-S-Y-N, and Winn is W-I-N-N. I don't have a lot on him. He hit 172 last year, 230 on base, 238 slug for a 467 OPS. I don't know. Is that what they plan to do? I know the depth charts at this point, early February, we don't know. I mean, Cubs depth chart is misleading, I would say, at best. But that's who they got listed, Mason Winn. So that's what I'll go by. They also have Brendan Donovan listed as their primary left fielder. So I don't know. That's what they've got. So Brendan Donovan. But remember those other guys. They've got them pieced around as well. They got Tommy Edman as their number one center fielder, 29-year-old Tommy Edman. And what's interesting about it is last year he played shortstop 48 games, and he played second base 51 games. But they have him listed as their number one center fielder for 2024. A lot of moving parts. He hit 248, 307 on base with a 399 slug, 705 OPS, 13 home runs, and played all around the diamond. Their right fielder, Jordan Walker, I think he's their right fielder. That's where he plays. He hit 276 last year, 342 on base with a 445 slug, 787, 16 home runs, 51 RBI. I expect Jordan Walker to get better this year. Young guy, he's coming. So Jordan Walker is, I think, formidable in right field for them. The Lars Nootbaar that I mentioned earlier, he's going to play different spots too. He's 26 years old. He hit 261 last year with a 367 on base, 418 slug with a 784 OPS, and he hit 14 home runs as well. The other utility guy, Nolan Gorman, he's a young guy, 24 years old. Only 2 years in Major League experience. He hit 236 last year with a 328 on base, 478 slug for an 805 OPS. Then catching, of course, Wilson Contreras. Wilson's probably going to get the bulk of the catching duties. His backup is no longer with him. They've got a 24-year-old Ivan Herrera listed as their backup, and Ivan Herrera only played 13 games last year. So back to the depth chart can be misleading this time of year. But right now it looks like Wilson's going to be doing the lion's share of the catching duties for the Cardinals. Last year, Willie hit 264, 358 on base, 467 slug, OPS 826, 20 home runs, and 67 RBIs. So pretty Wilson-like numbers, I think. That's probably about what we can expect. Let's go to the Cardinal rotation. They actually list 6 pitchers in their rotation. Top of the rotation is right-hand pitcher Sonny Gray. Sonny pitched for the Twins last year, had a great year. He was an all-star, and he finished second in the Cy Young Award voting. 34 years old, had a 2.79 ERA, threw for 184 innings last year, 9.0 strikeouts per 9, only walked 2.7 per 9, good whip, 1.147 in 32 games. So Sonny Gray, the ace of the 2024 Cardinals rotation. Behind him, they've got listed another Cardinal veteran, 35-year-old Miles Mikolas, or Michaelis, I think it is actually. Right-hand pitcher, 4.78 ERA in 201 and a third innings. So Miles ate up some innings last year. 34 starts. 1.316 whip, 6.1 strikeouts per 9. Good command, only walks 1.7 batters per 9. So solid veteran, 35-year-old, experienced, reliable, dependable, eats innings, Miles Mikolas. Number 3, they've got Lance Lynn back. Lance pitched for the White Sox early last year, then got traded to the Dodgers at the trade deadline. Lance is going to be 37 years old. So he had 32 starts last year and ate up 183 and 2/3 innings combined between the White Sox and the Dodgers. His ERA was inflated, though, 5.73. His whip is up as well, 1.394. Still striking out dudes, 9.4 strikeouts per 9. Good command, 3.3 base on balls per 9. So I don't know, Lance Lynn, it could go either way. He could maybe get a little better. Maybe he fine-tuned some things. I don't know. 37 years old, kind of the point where he could maybe go either way. But they've got him in the 3rd spot in the rotation, Lance Lynn. In the 4th spot, another veteran, another right-handed veteran, 36-year-old Kyle Gibson. Kyle pitched for the Orioles last year. For them, he had 33 starts, pitched 192 innings, 4.73 ERA, 7.4 strikeouts per 9, and 2.6 walks per 9. So pretty solid numbers. That's the first 4 for me. Then they got the 5th and the 6th, a couple of guys that I'm just not sure of. The first one is 24-year-old left-hand pitcher Drew Rom. In 2023, he only had 8 starts, threw only 33 and 2/3 innings, had a 8.02 ERA. So, I don't know. That's what they got listed. In the 6th spot, they've got 26-year-old lefty Zach Thompson. Had 9 starts last year, has a 4.48 ERA in those 9 starts, and 66 and a third innings, 1.417 whip. So, now look at the first 4 guys, veteran guys that anybody's capable of beating you on any given day in that group. Sonny Gray, of course, is the obvious ace. He's kind of in his prime. We'll see if he can back up what he did with the Twins last year. But him at the top of the rotation that's a good pitcher. Let's go to the pen. To me, their pen is light. Just looking at it from my perspective, they have a 29-year-old closer, Ryan Helsley, right-hander, through 33 games last year, had 14 saves, pitched 36 2/3 innings. Good whip, 1.064, and his strikeout guy, 12.8 strikeouts per 9. So very closer-like numbers. Behind him, 32-year-old Giovanni Gallego, righty, through 56 games last year, has 10 saves, 4.42 ERA, 1.2 whip. The third guy they got is interesting. I'd never heard of him. It's 34-year-old Wilking Rodriguez. Wilking spelled Wilking, right-handed pitcher. And the reason we haven't heard of him is he's literally only pitched 2 innings in the major leagues. That's all he's got. And this was back in like 2016 for the Royals. So he's got parts of 10 minor league season, parts of 7 seasons abroad. So he's a veteran, been pitching forever, but just literally 2 innings of major league experience. And they've got him listed in the 3rd spot in their pen. In the 4th spot, they've got listed 25-year-old Andre Palante, right-handed pitcher. 62 games last year, 68 innings, 4.76 ERA. So that's kind of where they are. So, Cardinals in 2024, you got your Goldschmidt, your Arenado, and your Wilson Contreras. The other guys, Matt Carpenter, a little older. Their pitching staff, Sonny Gray at the top with Miles and Lance, and I like that. That's pretty good. So they got some pieces, but they also have some questions, I think. Shortstop, who are they going to play? Where are they going to put Brendan Donovan? Is Tommy Edman going to be their second baseman? It's just going to be interesting to see what the Cardinals end up with and kind of how those veterans do, right? Probably their success is going to be dependent on what Wilson and Goldschmidt and Nolan Arenado do. Can they carry that team? But we got to get ready for them. Cardinals are going to be serious, as always. So that's the scouting report on the 2024 Cardinals, and I hope you enjoyed it. I really appreciate you watching us here on Cubs 24/7, where Randy talks Cubs. And if you haven't already and you think you can, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button for me. I'd really appreciate it. And we'll be back very soon with another update. Thanks, guys. Go Cubs, go.